Welcome back to another YouTube video. So we're back on a Summer League match. This is going to be number 5 out of 7 of my Summer League matches. If you guys have been following all my others, you'll know that we're at the same venue as all the other matches. It's just Thorpe Fishery near Tamworth. So I've gone and drawn a peg that I have fished before. It is a tricky peg because over on that island you've got an overhanging tree, and that can be tricky to cast under. So plan of attack on the day was to have a feeder line over by that tree. Then I'm going to have a bomb line 3/4 across, which can be quite good. I've also got a shallow rig set up at my 13-metre line, should I see the fish shallow and cruising around. I've got a short line as well, around 4 foot, where we're feeding pellets. Then I've got my normal margins as well. One on the left there, we're feeding ground bait and sweet corn. Then I've also got a right-hand margin as well, where I'll be doing very similar. Fishing ground bait and probably pellets or sweet corn over the top, depending on how the fish are behaving. So that's my swim. Now let's get to it, and hopefully you'll see me catch a few fish. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the all in. There we go, get the all in. So start off catapulting some 8 mils over on the bomb line. Like I said right at the beginning, fishing the bomb can be quite good. You can easily pick off 40 to 50 pound of fish on a good day. But these aren't really bomb pegs on this side of the lake. Normally in the top left corner, they're really good bomb pegs. But you've got to still prime those bomb line at 3/4 across, I believe, on every peg. I've been fishing this venue now for a couple of years, getting fairly familiar with it on how the fish feed. But like I say, the bomb line is always a good one. You've got to prime it, and hopefully you do pick off a few fish. And on a good day, you can easily pick off 40 to 50 pounds at the back end of the match if other lines aren't producing. So we're going to start off the match fishing shallow. As I was setting up, saw a few carp cruising around, seen a few fish surfacing, jumping, more closer to that island really. But we're going to go shallow to start off with. Normal rig, 6mm pellet on the hook, and we're just slapping it in 3 times as usual. So you see me do this on many videos. Now I kept getting bites. We're probably about 20 minutes into the match now, and I just kept getting these bites. The float was going under, but the elastic wasn't shooting out, and I was bumping basically small roach. Struggling to catch them because I was fishing really heavy elastic, but there we go, we did get one on this occasion. Now on the day, I found out if I'd have brought 2 pints of casters with me and my waggler rod, I'd have probably have had a 15-20 pound of roach, because there were loads about. Now it's not a silver venue really, it's very much carp dominated. You wouldn't naturally fish for the silvers, but if you wanted a pleasure fish this particular time of year, the roach seem to be feeding, and I think you'd have a great day on a waggler fishing with caster. But that's not the plan, didn't come prepared for that. Back out again, fishing shallow, and we're just out at 13 metres and just slapping it in 2-3 times, like I say, as normal. So about another 20 minutes went by, carried on persevering with this technique. Angler about 3 down from me had already had 2 carp at this point, 40 minutes into the match, and I hadn't had one yet. But we just slapped it in, and we managed to get our first one. I'd actually had no signs I had any carp in the swim, no swirls, no indications whatsoever, but there's clearly one there. As I slapped it in, the bait dropped through, and I think when it hit its target depth, that's when I got the bite. But I'm just taking my time with it, making sure I don't lose this one. So just jump ahead a little bit, just going to ship back, and we get to our top kit. Just been playing it for a little while. So just jump ahead a little bit more to the netting stage. So just get his head up and we get him netted. There we go. So like I say, 40 minutes into the match, but while I was actually landing this, I just noticed that an angler 3 down had already hooked into his 3rd carp. So if he gets that in, which I'm pretty confident he did, I was already 2 behind 40 minutes into the match. So quite a bit of catching up to do if I'm ever going to try and beat him. But just hold this one up for you very quickly. Bit of a lively one. But we've got a nice carp there, probably around that sort of 3.5 pounds. Not a big one, but let's get him into the net. Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying these free videos. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, please do go and subscribe to the channel.
click the subscribe button. It's free and it's easy, and it only takes about 2 seconds. It's a massive help, more than you know. Also, don't forget to drop the video a like, give it a thumbs up, and at the end of the video, if you can spare 30 seconds, please do go and leave a comment. Just let me know what you like about the video. Let me know what techniques you use. But thank you for watching. Now let's get back to the main video.
So the temperature dropped a little bit, so I've just put my bib and brace on there, as you can tell. It looks like we might even get a bit of rain. Wasn't quite sure. I don't think we did in the end on that day, but the temperature definitely dropped. But again, staying on the shallow line, shipping out 13 metres. So we're probably about an hour into the match now. I decided just to stay on this line purely because the angler 3 down, and he'd already had a few, and I think the angler next to me as well, he'd already had a couple. So fishing shallow. So even though we weren't catching as often as you'd like, they were getting bites, and so I felt this was my best place to stay. So this is what we carried on doing. Just slapping it in. Then I just saw a carp surface, and as you can see, I just slapped it in front of him and he took the bait straight away. And we got our second carp on. Now I recall at the time I felt like this might have been foul hooked, purely because the way it sort of splashed about when it took the bait. I thought maybe I just clipped it or something and foul hooked it, and also just the way it's going right now. It was really pulling and stretching out that elastic. But if I do remember, when we get it in a minute, it wasn't foul hooked. It was a clean take. But we're just going to get this one in. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. So just starting to bring it back. I was just holding the pole there for a while, letting that fish do its thing and not rush it. I have learnt my mistake on a few matches previously, rushing these in, and then they just come off or they go into the reeds. So I was just tarring it out, holding it there at 13 metres for a little while, and then I started to bring it in. So this one did take a little bit of time, took a good 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes just playing it. But just fast forward again, get to the landing stage. There we go, get him in, get his head up, and we get him in the landing net. Slightly better fish. So this one's more around that sort of probably 4.5, 5 pound now. So definitely a better fish than that last one. But there we go, look. Get him in the net. Second carp. So about an hour and a half into the match. So throughout this first part of the match, I was keeping those 8mm pellets going in as well, out on that bomb line. Just priming it a couple of hours before I'd go on it. So again, back out again at 13 metres fishing shallow. But I didn't get any more takes on this line. It was a little bit slow. It wasn't as good as I was hoping. But we definitely had 2 carp in that first sort of hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes before I decided to swap lines. So I now decided to swap to the feeder. Like I said right at the beginning, it's a really tricky one, trying to cast underneath that tree. It hangs out. You can't really tell on the video, but it hangs out quite a way, and more often than not, you do clip it. And there you go, look, I did actually clip it, as I said. But it dropped straight into the water. It didn't go into the tree, but that can happen. Unfortunately, the way these pegs are, peg on my right, the pegs aren't close themselves, but the actual direction of that island does look like they're close, but they're not. There's definitely a good 13 to 14 metres between where I was casting and where my neighbour was casting. But I gave this line about, I think it's about 25 minutes. I didn't get any indications, no liners, no bites, so I then decided to swap again. So I came off that feeder line and moved to the bomb line. So just casting out 3/4 of the way across, where I've been catapulting 8mm pellets for the best part of around now 2.5 hours. So in terms of the setup, it's really straightforward. It's a small bomb. It's only a 10-gram bomb and had a 30cm hook length. Decided to start off with a 30cm hook length first, and then if I needed to, I would make that a little bit smaller if needed. But just catapulting in some more 8mm over the top. Two lots. More often than not, it's always two lots of pellets on this line. And just throwing in some 6mm on my right hand margin and also on the left. Just see if I can get some carp come in and settle, and if I saw any indications I would come on that a little bit sooner. Now I just reached behind me to grab a banana. I was getting a bit hungry, and look, the tip went round. How many times will that happen, guys? You're about to grab something to eat and either your float goes under, or if you're on the feeder or the bomb and your tip goes round. But it wasn't a problem. Managed to grab it in time and hook into our next carp. So just going to jump ahead. This one gave me the run around for probably a good sort of minute and a half or so as I was trying to bring it in. You think you get to the landing stage and then just did another run. There you go, look. Just kept messing about. Trying to get under my nets at one point. But managed to get his head up. And we get him in the landing net. So that first fish came really quick. Another 20 minutes had passed by. But there I am, look, I'm on my phone. My wife was texting me. I thought I had to reply and my tip goes around again. But I was getting a little bit distracted, trying to eat some food. Sending a message back to my wife. I mean, you can't ignore your other half, can you guys? And then the tip went round and we get another carp on. So, I mean, I've been catapulting those 8mm, like I say, right at the beginning, and it looks like the carp have settled on it. But we're going to play this one. So this was a smaller fish. It came in really quick, nice and easy, no messing about this time. There we go, look, we get him netted. This one was only about £2, probably one of the smaller carps you'll get at this venue. £2 is the smallest, I would say. I've never caught anything smaller. All the way up to easily double figures, and you can get them certainly up to £20. I've never actually caught one myself at around the 20. I've certainly caught them around the sort of £13-14 mark in the past. There we go, look, we'll get the hook out and we get him in the net. So back out again. Now I decided to feed my margins. We were about easily 3 hours into the match now, and I was going to start to feed my margins, my left and the right. Still fishing the bomb, but I didn't get another take on this. I think I gave it probably about another 15 minutes, and then I decided to go shallow again. I did see some carp cruising around, so as I say, just feeding the margins, and then I swap to my shallow rig. So before I ship out, I'm just going to get some more 8mm pellets over on that bomb line. Again, two lots. So like I say, this bomb line at this venue can always, well, it can come good. You know, if you get the carp going on it, you can easily get 40-50 pound in an hour and a half, certainly at the back end of the match. If you need to catch up, it's always a good line to go to. It doesn't always work, but I've had some good success recently on this line. But we're going back out, fishing shallow. I saw some carp swimming around, so I thought I could even try and mug them, but unfortunately that didn't happen. I gave this around 10 to 15 minutes. I didn't want to give it too long and waste too much time. We're at the back end of the match now, and I wanted to be able to go on that margin. But before I go on the margin, I thought I'd give the bomb line one more go. So swapping over to the bomb, I've got another 8mm pellet on the band. Just casting out over the top where those 8mm have been going in. Just sinking the line, putting the tip in the water, sink the line, just bring it back towards me as well, bringing that bomb a little bit towards me, straightening out the line, the hook length between the bomb and the pellet. That's just make sure we get a tight line between the rod and the hook. So again, just making sure that's nice and tight. Little twist there, look. And I think I just actually moved the bait and the fish took it straight away. So that didn't take long, look. I just casted it in straight over the top, came off the shallow line, threw the bomb in, and within 20 seconds, tip goes round and we got another carp on. So guys, if you've never fished this venue before and you do come and fish it, or if you do fish and you don't fish the bomb line, give it a go. It's always worth priming it for a couple of hours, catapulting some 8mm in at around the 3/4 distance, sometimes even just 13 metres, catapulting them in at 13 metres it can also be good as well. So never forget that line and you'll hopefully catch a few carp. But there we go, look, we get that one netted and we got another one in the net. But we're in the last part of the match now, and I started to fish the right hand margin, then I swapped to my left hand margin, but there's absolutely zero signs of carp coming in on my margin. In fact, I think most people were catching actually out. There were some pegs that were catching the margins, but I don't believe there was many around the section I was in. So unfortunately I didn't get any fish in the margins. I went back out on the bomb as well. I did rotate round, but again no signs there. But guys, that's how it went. Not the best of days. My summer league hasn't been going particularly well this year. I've had some great pleasure fishing days, but my summer league just hasn't really been producing. On this day I did catch about, I think it was just 22 pounds 11 ounces. Not good enough, nowhere near. I didn't come last in my section, which was a bonus, which is what happened on my previous one. So a little bit more of an improvement, but unfortunately that's how it goes. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. It is free and it's easy and it only takes 2 seconds. It's a massive help, more than you know. Also, don't forget to drop the video a like, and if you can spare 10 seconds, please do leave a comment. Let me know how your summer fishing is going. How's your summer league? Are you doing as bad as me? Guys, until next time, tight lines, and I'll see you on the next one.